Happy New Year! Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name's Gary. I like to make videos about makeup amongst other things, but today I wanted to do a little reflection of 2019, kind of the stuff that happened to me and what I went through in the last year, plus looking at some of the stuff that's happened in the community and things that I'm hoping to see for 2020. So let's start off with kind of the beginning of the year. As most of you know, I work retail. I was on overnights at the beginning of the year, and that continued through May. So I did that. And then when I came to days, I was on days for a month and a half. Stuff happened with the job, situations were changing, but I'd gotten sick at the beginning of the year. Well, I guess it was May by that point. May going into June. I'd gotten really sick, like vomiting sick, and I never get that sick. And it was pretty bad. I was missed one day of work, and then I went back to work after because I was off, and then I missed a day of work, and then I went back to work. Didn't feel real well, but I continued going to work. So I kept doing that for like 2 weeks, and I was just sweating a lot more. I mean, I'm a big guy, so I sweat a lot anyway, and I just was feeling off. Like when I was sick, like my stomach, my lower abdomen hurt so bad, and I was in so much pain. I never felt that much pain before. And it kind of got better, but I just never felt well, and I was sweating, and all this stuff was going on with me. So I'd finally went to like urgent care, and he had me lay on my back, and this was a Sunday. He had me lay on my back, and he lifted my leg up a little bit, and I about came unglued off that. So he swore my appendix burst. I had to go to the emergency room right after that, and I was actually supposed to be working, but I took my lunch early, and I thought, well, I'll go get checked out. I'll come back to work. Well, I wound up going to the emergency room. In the emergency room, they had to do a CT scan on me, and they determined that my appendix more than likely was the cause of what was going on, and it's burst, and I have to get it out immediately. So, of course, I'm texting everyone, and they're like, oh, well, the CT scan took forever to get back, and they said, well, it'll probably be tomorrow before you go into surgery. So I'm texting everybody, letting them know what's going on, because I'm still in the emergency room. And then they came in the middle of me texting saying, oh, you're ready for your surgery. So I literally had no idea that was going on. So I went to my surgery. My little brother was able to show up. My other brother lives 4 hours away, so of course they weren't able to make it. Well, I went into surgery, and when I got out of surgery, I was in my room, and they basically just told me that I had a severe infection, and that my infection was so bad they couldn't even see my appendix. So they had to put in a drain in my lower abdomen, and they had put the holes in my stomach where they were going to remove my appendix. But I wound up having to stay in the hospital for 6 days. I didn't get to leave so I was admitted Sunday night, and I didn't get to leave till Friday. And then my infection looked better, but they said it would have to be a few months. They wanted to do a colonoscopy to make sure it wasn't anything else. Put me on extreme antibiotics, stuff that would even supposedly cure anthrax. Like, it was pretty bad. So I was on that stuff, I think the end of July. I was able to get off the medication. I felt okay for about a week, but I still wasn't feeling real well. I actually went back in for a CT scan before my colonoscopy was supposed to take place, because I thought things were going on. They said it still looked better, but they could tell I was still having issues. So I went in for colonoscopy. That came back fine. Then he set up my surgery, and my surgery happened a week after that appointment. And then I was out of work until October. So when did I go in? Probably the beginning of September. So I missed about a month of work this past year due to health reasons. And this is the first time I ever had a surgery. And apparently my infection was so bad, the guy had come in the next day and told me, glad to see you made it through the night, sort of thing. And that kind of shocked the crap out of me, because I didn't even know it was that bad until they told me that. And I felt like they weren't telling me everything, and my infection was really, really bad. So basically my appendix had burst 2 weeks prior, and I wasn't taking any medication or anything for that. So it just was starting to hurt me so bad, and I was sweating and causing all these problems that I just lucky that I did go to urgent care, or else, things could have been way worse, and that was already pretty bad. But the good thing is, during my surgery, they were able to remove my gallbladder, which I apparently have had issues with for a long time. So that was probably the biggest thing that's happened. With work, there's changes going on, and now I'm back on overnights again. A lot of stuff that I probably don't feel the best about. I'm not sure where work is going with stuff. And if you follow me on Twitter and stuff, you might have seen me tweet a few things about just feeling burnt out about work. And I am. I've just been in retail, and I've been doing the same sort of job for a very long time, for going on 12 years now. And actually longer than that. I've been in retail for a very long time. But with this company, I've been back for about 12 years. So I don't know. I want to be excited about what I'm doing again. So who knows what the future brings. I may be looking at a career change this next year. I'm hoping it's something that I can get excited about. Maybe that I don't have to work overnights anymore, something with more of a set schedule. But there's a lot going into it that I have to look at first before I can even make that decision. But that's something I'm hoping I can accomplish this next year. What else happened this year for me? That's about it. Just mainly work and my health. Kind of crazy health scare. I'm glad everything came out okay. As far as like YouTube goes, we saw, the beginning of the year, we saw a bunch of stuff that went on with Jeffrey about stuff getting stolen. We had the Tati and James drama that happened. We had the Shane Dawson Jeffree Star launch that happened. There's always a lot of drama. And of course, towards the end of the year, way more drama. One of the most positive things that I felt like Mr. Beast, I don't know if you guys follow him, but he started a campaign to do the 20 million trees. And he started at October 25th, and his goal was by the end of the year to raise $20 million, because each dollar can plant one tree. So his goal was to raise $20 million by the end of December. So he actually raised $21.4 million for Team Trees. And it's part of the Arbor Day Foundation. And that, to me, just seeing stuff like that, I love giving to charities. If I see someone that's doing like a live stream and they're raising money for something, or somebody, if I have money, a little extra money, I always try to donate to this stuff. But then seeing the YouTube community do something that was for everybody to help try to raise money, I retweeted it a few times. I donated to it. And it's pretty amazing. Like, that's something great to do for the earth. And it was something about, getting everybody together to join a cause that's important for the earth. And it's not just a personal thing. It is literally a world thing. So I feel really proud that happened, that happened. So, I think that was a great cause. And I think he's going to start doing that every year. Maybe not the same situation, but with causes, he may be starting to raise money and hit a certain goal by the end of the year. So I'm excited to see where he's going with that. And that may be something that I want to do if I do a live stream or have a month where I want to try to raise money for a charity for different things. That may be something I look at. So I'm kind of excited about that. As far as the new year, 2020, where we're already at, welcome to 2020. I'm Barbara Wawa. I'm excited about 2020. I feel like there's a lot of things that can happen. I don't really know. I asked, what everybody thought makeup trends were. Of course, nobody answered me. That's why you should follow me on Twitter and Instagram, Orbiting Live. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, so you can keep up with everything that's going on with me. Hit the notifications so you always know when I have a new video. I try to do one video a week, and yeah, make sure you do that. So I do ask questions, and I like responses. Sometimes I get them, sometimes I don't. But what I would like to see for 2020, of course, I'm excited for new makeup releases. I'm excited for all that sort of stuff. But what I would like to see is more inclusion of people of color, people of age, older age. I'm 42. I'd like to see, you know, I don't know. I just see a lot of the posts I see. People talk about it a lot, how they'd like to see an older demographic or they would like to see this and that, but they talk about it, but I don't see it happening. So I'd like to see that more. I'd like to see more kindness. I'd like to see people being kinder to each other, thinking about what you're posting. We can all have different opinions. That doesn't mean someone is the spawn of Satan just because they don't agree with you. You may not agree with them. You don't have to follow them. You don't have to watch their videos. But you don't have to come after people who may not agree with what you say either. I don't know. It's just, I get heated about stuff too. I have that problem. So that's stuff that I've got to work on. I've got to be careful what I say because sometimes it can be misread. We're very PC now, even if you look at stuff that was done 5-10 years ago, stuff that I laughed at, that I probably would still laugh at. The general public doesn't like that stuff. So I don't know. We'll see. There's a lot of movies coming out that I want to see. Of course, I don't know any of them off the top of my head. Well, I'll take that back. I want to see Wonder Woman, The Woman in the Window. There's just a lot of stuff coming out. I would also like to do more kind of commentary videos about things. Actually, my next video that I'm going to film is going to be about my experience with an MLM company. So I'm going to have an anti-MLM video will be my next video. So stick around for that if you're interested in that. I have my own thoughts and opinions about it. I was part of one for 2 years, roughly 2 years. I had a different experience than most people, probably. I mean, it still turned out the same, but a different reasoning behind stuff. So I'm interested in doing that. I can't wait to do that video. That'll be my next one. Yeah, so that's kind of what's going on. That was my 2019. That's kind of what I'm looking forward to in 2020. What's on your agenda? What do you want to see happen in the beauty community, or what are you looking forward to in 2020? Do you have any personal goals to set for yourself? I just want to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm proud of my channel. It's been up, well, my channel's been around for a long time, but me continually posting videos over a year now, I'm pretty excited about that. I'd also like to start talking about other YouTubers. And so in my videos, if I remember, I will start shouting out people that I watch and the reason that I watch them. So in this video, the first person I'd like to shout out is Dustin Hunter. He's been around the game for quite a while. He's one of the OG YouTubers. He still makes videos, but the reason I wanted to shout him out is because this past year, he's actually reached out to me. We've talked a few times through text messages and stuff like that. He is a really good guy. He's about my age. We have the same taste in music. He's got a kind of sarcastic sense of humor. He does more beauty videos. He does a lot of Mac videos. He seems to like Estee Lauder and Elizabeth Arden and stuff like that. So he's very interesting to watch. And he's taught me a lot about Mac because even back in the day, that's what everybody talked about. So he has tons of videos. Go to his channel. It's Dustin Hunter. Check him out. Tell him that Gary sent you, because he shouted me out in his video because I made a comment on something and he talked about what he would like to see too. So he's the first person I really wanted to shout out. His friendship has meant a lot to me. I was fangirling when he messaged me for the first time, and I'm like, what? I can't believe my life. So I like seeing that. So in videos, hopefully you'll be seeing me do some shout outs for people. Like I said, Dustin Hunter, go follow him. He's a great guy. I love his content. He's a very sexy man too, at least in my opinion. Yeah, so I hope everyone is having a great New Year so far. I hope you had a great New Year's Eve. Did you make out with 152 people? I fell asleep, so I missed the whole thing, and I woke up at 1 a.m. and just stayed awake all night. That was my New Year's Eve, because I am a fantastic partier. Let me just tell you. Anyway, I hope everyone's having a great evening, day, or night. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Orbiting Live. Like this video if you like this sort of content. Subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell notification every time you know I upload a video. You'll be notified. And I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.